In today's video, we are going to look at two use cases in the field of NLP. First one is customer service chatbot. Second one is information extraction task. When you go in Google and search for a person name, on the right hand side, you see some key information about that person. We will see how regular expression can be useful in solving some of these problems. We will be writing Python code today, so it's gonna be a totally hands-on tutorial, and in the end I will have an exercise for you to work on. As a prerequisite, you need to have basic Python knowledge. If you don't know Python, follow my first 15 videos in my Python tutorial playlist, and also look at the Python regular expression video, which I did separately. That video goes over the basics of regular expression, and you need to have that understanding, and that will help you in today's video. Regular expression is all about matching pattern in a text and retrieving key information out of it. And if anyone who is starting the NLP learning, regular expression is the first thing that I advise them that they learn, because many times the NLP problems can be solved completely by regular expression, and in that case you don't have to use any fancy machine learning. In real life, you will see many use cases where the problems are solved using hybrid approaches, where part of the problem is always solved by regular expression, and that's why regular expression is super important in your NLP career. Sometime back, I ordered this Oculus VR headset from an e-commerce website, and the order had some issues. So I started having a conversation with the customer support team. When I complained about an issue with this particular order number, on the other hand, a chatbot replied and they located my order number. Here it says Agent Vinod, but it's not a real person. There is a computer who is auto-replying to my messages. Now, how did it locate my order number in their database? Well, they use pattern matching. When I said I'm having an issue with my order number, what they do is they will figure out there is an order and then there is a hash sign, and then they take all the subsequent sequence of digits, because that would be my order number. Now, I said it this way, someone else might say this, my order is having an issue. They might not put hash sign, or someone can say I have a problem with my order number. They might use this word number. In all these cases, we can come up with a common pattern, which will be there is a word order. After that, there is any sequence of characters except digits, and then there is a sequence of digits. So if you look at all the three different cases that we looked at, in the first one there was order, then there was hash sign, then there was the actual number. After that, there is order, there is nothing, directly the actual number, and then there is order, the word number number, and the sequence of digits. Now now here is the place where you can use regular expression. Regular expression will just do the pattern matching for you. A subsequent conversation might be that the chatbot might ask me for phone number and email ID as a way of verifying my account. And I might say, all right, here's my phone number and email ID. Someone else might say this, because when I'm replying, there is no fixed format. I can reply in 3 different ways, correct? But the phone number and email ID here also have patterns. If you look at email ID, the pattern is there is a sequence of character, then there is @, again sequence of character, then there is dot, then com. There could be .io, .ai, different email IDs, but let's look at the simple use case, which would be .com. For phone number, there are 2 different formats, but in the first format, there is like a bracket, and brackets have 3 digits. Then there is hyphen, 3 digits, hyphen, 4 digits. In the second use case, it's a continuous sequence of 10 digits. But the point I want to make here is you can come up with some kind of pattern matching, and let's look at the Python code which can extract this meaningful information out of this conversation. In terms of installation, first thing you need on your computer is Python. Go to YouTube, search for install Python video, and just follow the instructions. The second thing you need is, I personally use on my Windows computer a software called Git Bash. This allows me to run commands on Unix. So you go to here, just download Git Bash and install it. And I will show you, I have installed it here already. And if I click on it, see, I get this kind of command prompt. You can also use Windows command prompt. That's fine. If you're on Linux, Ubuntu, you already got your default command prompt, so you don't have to worry about this. But I like running Unix commands on Windows. For that reason, I have Git Bash. Also go to YouTube, search for Code Basic Jupyter Notebook tutorial. Watch these two videos so that you get an idea on what is Jupyter Notebook. It is a tool that we will use to write our code. We have mentioned this before that you need to know Python. So if you go to Code Basics Python tutorial playlist, here you need to follow first 14 videos actually, and you should have a good understanding of the programming language. These videos are very short, very easy. Even a small student, small child can learn it easily. Python is the most easiest language. And you would have also looked at Code Basics regular expression video. I know there are a lot of prerequisites, but you need to know all of this before you start the actual coding. If you know these things already a little bit, then you can just skip. All right, so that was prerequisites plus installation that you need on your computer. I open Git Bash by clicking on this command here, this icon. I'm in C code directory. I have created a new directory called NLP tutorials, and I'm going to go here. So I have created one more directory inside it. So if you want to just see it, so C code and then NLP tutorials, and I have this directory here. Okay, I have some files, but ignore that. Let's say you're starting here and you can use Python notebook to launch the Jupyter notebook. You can also type in Jupyter notebook to launch your Jupyter notebook. That's a command prompt that allows you to run Python code. And here is what I have. I'm going to go here and I'm going to create a new Python file. You can just say, okay, regex tutorial NLP, give some name, and you're going to import. Okay, so I'm just going to increase the font size here. Let me just make it bigger. You're going to import a module called RE. So RE is regular expression. In Python, this module comes inbuilt and it allows you to do pattern matching. Now, before we use this module, we are going to go to amazing website called regex101.com. This website allows you to write your regular expression, and what I generally do is I create my regular expression here and then I use it in my Python code over here. So let's look at the conversation that we have. So the conversation we have is this. So this is your regular text. So I'm going to, okay, so select Python here and let's see if there is a way I can close this. Okay, no problem. Here I copy pasted various chats we have. So we're going to extract phone number and email ID first. So let's focus on phone number. Phone number is a sequence of 10 digits, or it could be this pattern. We already saw in our presentation, right? So where is our presentation? In presentation, we saw phone number can have these two patterns, either continuous 10 digits or 3 digits in bracket, hyphen, 3 digits, whatever. So let's look at this particular scenario first. In regular expression, how do you capture 10 continuous digits? So if you look at here, the help, this help is super useful. Here it says for any digits, you will use /d. So I'm going to now, in the top area, I'm going to write my regular expression. So if it say /d, so /d will match only single digits. So if you look at the match information here, see it match this is your first match, second match, third match. It match all the single digits. Okay. And here you have explanation as well. So it will explain you why it matched and what's underlying rule that it used. Now I want to say match 10 digits. So let's look at a couple of other things. When you have /d here, it is just one digit. Let's say if you want to match two digits, you can do 2, 3. See, it will now match three continuous digits. See, these are three continuous digits: 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wherever you see three continuous digits, it has matched all of that. And if you look at again match information, see 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 1, 2, 3, etc. This is just a pattern matching tool, folks. It's not as hard as you think. So pause this video for a moment. Just think about it. It is just saying match me three digits from all my strings. If I want to do 10 digits, I can do this. See? And it matched. It matched these two. So this is my regular expression for phone number. But typing 10 digits is cumbersome. There should be an easier way to say that match 10 digits. Well, that easier way is this. So look at this on the right hand side. Okay, it says exactly 3 of A. Okay, so exactly 3 matches basically of any character A. So I would say 10. So now this is matching exactly 10 digits, and /d is basically any digit 0 to 9. So this is my regular expression. See, this one and that one. Okay, so now that is my first format. We'll look into second format a little later, but let's try this regular expression here in our code. So I'm gonna go to my code here, and I will say my chat one. So I will just have all kind of chats here, and then I will say re dot. So re has this function called find all. Okay, and the first parameter that it takes is a pattern. So pattern, and you can look at Python's regular expression, Python regex documentation, and it will show you all the documentation. You can read through it. Okay, I know it, that's why I'm just directly using it. So the first pattern is, this is exactly what I do. I just copy paste directly here. This is my pattern. So you have pattern and you have a text. So the first parameter is pattern, second parameter is the text, and you find your matches here and you print your matches. See, so here this is the match that you got from this particular pattern. Now if you have this phone number chat2, it will not match. Okay, but chat1, let's say this is my first phone number. Let's say I have two phone numbers. Okay, 999-888-1234. Let's see what happens. So you hit Control Enter to execute this shell. Say it is matching 2. So that works. But what do you do for chat2? Okay, let's look at that. So here the pattern I have is bracket, and inside bracket I have 3 digits. So let's try to retrieve that portion. So how do you specify bracket? Well, bracket, I can just say this, and 3 digits is /d 3. We already looked at it, right? But slash is a specific, let's see. So the bracket has a spatial meaning actually, which is to capture everything. And for that reason, I need to use, see here, it is matching 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. I don't want it to match. It doesn't have a bracket surrounding. And when I put a bracket has a spatial kind of meaning in regular expression. That's why you need to use escape character. By an escape character is slash, like this. Yes. So I need to use this escape character so that the bracket gets a literal treatment. So it doesn't have a specific meaning. You know, otherwise that character has a specific meaning, like how star and plus has a specific meaning. But if you want to do a literal match, then you have to use slash. So without slash, just watch this. So if I don't put slash before the bracket, it is matching so many things. See, 1, 2, 3, I don't want to match because 1, 2, 3 doesn't have a surrounding bracket. So I want to do slash here, and now it is matching only that 1, 2, 3. And then this, okay, I want to match the whole thing, because if I just leave it here, and if someone has this kind of number ABC, see, this is matching. I don't want this to match. I want to match this whole pattern. So the whole pattern is you need slash after that, then again 3 digits. So 3 digits is this, right? /d is 1 digit, and when you say this, it means 3 digits. Then again slash, then d, then 4 digits. Correct? So see, now I have the whole match. Now, how do I match this number and this number both at the same time? So, and by the way, just to prove it out, it will match all the instances, okay? Whenever you have this pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4. See, this blue highlight means it, you see, match 1 and match 2. If I have one less character, see, it will not match, or one more character, it will not match. Or if I have some, let's say, whatever, some other character, it will not match. It will match only if you have 3 digits bracket hyphen 3 digits slash 4 digits, then only it will match. Okay. So this part looks good. And the first part was this one, right? /d. So how do you say or? This or that? Okay. So let me do that. So I can do this, and there is a pipe symbol. Pipe means or. So now this is the second pattern, this is the first pattern, and you put just the pipe. Pipe means or. So here, you see, alternate match either A or B. Yes. So now I have the whole pattern. I can again copy paste. I love copy paste, by the way. Copy paste is a very important tool. Okay. So chat 2, see, it is finding it out. Chat 1, it is finding it out. Chat 3, it is finding it out. Hooray! All right. So now I extracted my phone number. This is a primitive regular expression. I understand there could be phone number with area code and all that, and you can make necessary enhancement, but this is extracting at least the basic pattern that we are seeing. Okay. Now let's look at email ID. What is the format of email ID? Email ID is something where there are a bunch of characters, then there is @ symbol, then there are a bunch of characters, dot symbol, and then com. You can have .ai, there are different domains, but I'm just going to tackle maybe a basic use case here. Okay, so remove this. And I have this email ID, let me make this email ID a little complex. I will say, I will introduce something like, because there could be a number, right, in an email ID. So my goal is to extract this email ID and this one, both the email IDs. Okay. So I have to say bunch of characters followed by at. Okay. So at is matching. Before at, I want bunch of characters. See, if I have space, I don't want that. Okay. I want bunch of character. What are the valid characters in email? Well, small alphabet A to Z, then big alphabet, which is capital A to Z. Then you can have underscore. You can also have numbers. So let's say for now, just to keep things simple, these are the possible things that you can have in email. Any number from 0 to 9, character A to Z, both small case, uppercase. So when you want to say, see here, a character in range A to Z, when you do A to Z, it will match any character which is an A to Z range. So see here it matches C because C is in A to Z range, and this will match, by the way, just a single character. If you want to say sequence of character, you have to say star. See, if I don't have star, it is matching only C. See, match information C at, this is the match. But if I put star, it is matching ABC, the whole thing. Now, it did not match this because this has digits. So if you want to say digits, you can say 0 to 9. So it will match. See, now it is matching 80 to A because either anything from A to Z or anything from 0 to 9 or anything from alphabet A to Z and star and this. So now if I have alphabet A to Z and if I have character like capital A, so it is matching. But if I remove A to Z, see, that's capital A is not matching. It's, if you think about it, this is not hard. Just think about it with a calm mind. Take your time. It takes time, folks. This took me so much time first time I learned it. You are awesome. You are just learning it fast. Okay, and then you can have underscore also. So just specify underscore. See, now it is matching this, all three. Perfect. After that, you can have your domain. So your domain can again be this same thing. Let's say your domain cannot have underscore. So I just copy pasted, maybe remove underscore. Or can domain have underscore? I'm not sure. Okay. So again star. So now it is matching the whole thing. And then you have dot. Now dot has a spatial meaning again. See, all these things have so many spatial meaning. Dot is any single character. So if I put dot, it is going to match this dot. But see, if I have, let's say, explanation, it will match that also because it's any character. You want to match only dot. So only dot will be this. So when you put slash, it will take the character after slash as a literal meaning. So now I have this and this, but I don't have this particular as a match. But if I remove this and put dot, you get that as a match as well. And then you can have a .com. Okay. I'm just using .com. If you want to use any domain, like let's say .io, that means any character from A to Z. So any character from A to Z again is A to Z, capital A to capital Z, and also star. So now it matches IO and both these domains. Okay. So we're going to use this as a regular expression. When you look at the regular expression in a code, it looks much complex, but if you build one by one, step by step, it's not as complex. So I'm going to use this here and I will say this. Okay. See, it is matching. So chat 1 is this email ID, chat 2 is this email ID, chat 3 is this email ID. You can try changing your email ID and it will match. So you can do this kind of match, and of course this gives you an array. So if you let's say I want to get my email. So you can say email is equal to matches 0, and when I look at email, that's the email you got. Okay, so that's all good. So I got my email and I got my phone number. Now I need to get my order, because if you remember our conversation, the first conversation is I'm having an issue with my order. So any of these sequences, I want to match the order number. So let's do that. So I'm going to say chat one is this. And by the way, I'm just copy pasting the code right now, but later on you will have the whole notebook available. I will properly give you the whole code. It will be in a video description below. So check it out. So what will be now my pattern? So let me do this. So chat one is this. Chat two is this. I'm just showing different forms of this text that user could have typed in. What is my pattern? Okay, I need to fill out this pattern here to retrieve my order number. So let's again copy paste this whole thing in here and order. Okay, so order, when you do order, it matches this. After that, you want to say any character except digits. So you want to go till you find your first digit. And once you find your first digit, you want to take the sequence of remaining digits, and that's your order number. How do I say match anything that is not a digit? Well, see, it's actually easy. If you do this is one of the way that, by the way, in regular expression there are multiple ways of doing the same thing. So if I'm doing one way, the same thing can be done in other way too. Here it says match any character but not A to Z. So if I do something like this, /d is my digit. See, if I do this, it will match digit. But if I do this particular character, it means match everything that is not a digit. Okay, and it is matching. Say it is matching. My first match is dot. And when you say star, see, this will match only one character. So after order, this one match, see, this one match space, this one match, this dot here means space. But if you want to match more than one character, you can say star. And now what happens is it will match order number, order, all of that. And then you want to take a sequence of digits. That digit sequence can be anything, right? So /d star. So when you do /d star, it is matching this thing. So now I matched all various patterns of order number, but the problem here is the match is giving me the whole thing. I want just the order number part of it. So in my regular expression match, I got this string, but I want a portion of that string. And the way you retrieve that portion is by using brackets. So I want to retrieve this much part, right? /d star. So I will carefully put bracket. See, bracket. Oh, now a magic happened. See it. So there are two things I'm getting: the match, and from that match, I want a sub portion, which is order number. And see, this is the order number, and they call it a group. Okay. So that's how you do it. So here, I will just go here. This is my regular expression. Okay, I got my order number. See, chat 1, chat 2 is order number, chat 3, and whatever the order number is, it could be smaller, it could be longer, there could be, someone might say my order number is this one. See, it is still matching because it is starting from order, taking all the characters which are not digits, and then taking sequence of digits as an order number. This is regular expression, my friends. is so powerful. Now we are going to write code for our second task, which is information extraction. When you search for Elon Musk in Google, on the right hand side, you see the key information about this person. How can we do this in our code? So let's go to Wikipedia. Wikipedia is the usual resource that people use. However, by the way, what Google is doing is much advanced, okay? I'm just going to do very primitive version because Google looks at Wikipedia net worth they retrieve from Forbes. Okay, so all the information could be coming from multiple sources. But let's say you want to use Wikipedia to retrieve key information for any person. Let's say you are designing a software tool where you enter a person name and it gives you key information. So on right hand side, you see this section where you have all this useful information about this person. Usually you will write a scraping code, web scraping code, where your Python script, you can use a library called Scrappy, and that script can go to Wikipedia, it can look at that person's page and try to scrap this code. Okay, so if you look at view page source, it will be an HTML file. So it's a markup. You have to remove the markup in your Python code. In the markup, you might get some of the tags easy, like say early life, there is a tag, so it kind of becomes easier. But let's say you are getting this particular information as a text. So I'm going to have this text, like part of this text here. So I'm going to remove everything now and I will say this. Okay, so what I have here is, or let me try this here first because that's very important. So I put information on Mr. Musk here. Okay, and there are all sorts of character, like see Unicode characters, and that's what happens, folks. Like in real life, when you're solving NLP problem, you'll have a lot of garbage. You have to do all that cleanup. So let's say I want to retrieve the age of a person, and if you look at it, age is in brackets, so that is age space person's age. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. So there is age and there is space and then there is the number. Now if you look at any other person, let's say any other person, see age space whatever, right? You can take anyone, so any person you take. I think most of the people have, see, they have the age space, so they follow the same format. We can assume that's the same format that we are following. And now we can write age, then there is space. For space you can hit space, and then there is a sequence of digits, so you can say /d plus. Plus means, what is plus? Let's see. Plus is one or more of this character. So one or more of this character, it has to be at least one. If you do star, it's like zero or more characters. See, zero or more character. So I want to do this, and in the match I got the whole thing. I want to grab only the age portion, and you can just put little brackets. Yes, so bracket, and I got the age here. Okay, so the age is pretty straightforward. Whenever you see this pattern, wherever you have age, let's say someone's age is 720 years. I'm just kidding, it's not that long, but it will match that. So here I'm going to come and I'm going to say this. Perfect. And that's my text. And okay, text. Okay, name text is not defined. Maybe I didn't do control enter. So you have to do control enter, and age is something you got here. Let's retrieve now. What is the second thing you want to retrieve? Let's say, let me go back to the Iron Man of America. Okay, who is the Iron Man of America? Mr. Musk. Okay, born. Let's say you want to retrieve the name. So name is something that comes after born. Okay, so if you look at a couple of other cases, I think, yeah, the pattern here is after born, whatever string you find until the line ends, that's your name. So how do you do that in regex? So you will say born. Okay, after born, now you want to grab all the characters till you find slash n. So slash n means end of line. Okay, so I can say dot is any character, star means 0 or more characters, so it gives you the whole thing, and then you can put this here. So see Elon Musk. Now it gets extra spaces, but you can, in Python, you can call this strip function to remove the leading and lagging white space. So that it will work. And you can do slash n to kind of say that this is my line n. Okay. Even if you don't do it, it will work because by default, find all, the dot doesn't match slash n. Okay. So I'm just going to copy paste this here. I mean, it's fine if you don't, it doesn't matter if you provide slash n or no. See, and then when you do 0, it will give you the 0th, and when you do strip, it will remove the white spaces around that string. All right, after born, what do you want to get next? Okay, the birthplace, or let's say birth date and birthplace. These are the things you want. Okay, how do you get the birth date? To get the birthplace and birth date. Okay, so how do you get birth date first? So where is my birth date? So birth date is basically anything. So anything that starts after this born line. So there is a born line. Below that line, that string, here. So if I say after this, if I say dot, see dot is matching one character. And if I say star, it will match the whole character. But I don't want to grab the whole line. See, by the way, so when I say dot star, you see match, it grabbed the whole line. This is the way you can get the entire line after the born line. But you don't want to get the whole line. You want to say stop when you have slash this age. So for bracket, so I can say this, but for bracket, I need to give this spatial character because bracket has a spatial meaning. And that's it. Now it is grabbing everything in dot star before bracket age. So my June 28, 1971. Okay. So that's the pattern for my, okay, my born. Okay, so just copy paste is the most important thing. Okay, I get the birth date. Isn't this powerful, folks? Don't you realize the power of regular expression already? All right, I want to now grab the birthplace. What is birthplace? What is the pattern here? Look at it. So birthplace. So a line, so you have a line of age, so after that age line, the second line, the whole line is your birthplace. So maybe I can use that as a pattern. Find me this age and find me the line below it. So how do you find age? Well, this is how you find age. Okay, and age is dot star slash n. So you go all the way till that. And then the next line, what is the next line? Dot star. And when you put it in bracket, you got the whole birthplace. Okay, so I'm going to copy paste. Regular expression takes practice, folks. When I started learning it, I had difficulties. So if you're not getting it, don't worry. You will get it. Just practice it. Okay, just be patient, practice it. I'm gonna give you, by the way, exercise towards the end. Make sure you work on an exercise because you are sincere student. Cool, my birthplace. Now I can combine all of this into a single Python function, or let me write a Python function which can say get pattern match. See, you're saying I'm doing the same thing again and again and again. So I can just write a Python function, get pattern match. Same. I took this code and I'm saying if matches, then return me the 0th match. So that if I want to get, let's say, the birthplace, I can just do pattern and text. So I can do text, and before text comes the pattern. So if I do pattern here, quickly, this gives me, it's, I wrote just a simple function, and now I can write a big function called get. What is my function name? Okay, my function name is get. You can give any function name, but I will say get personal information from this text. And let's say for age, what was the regular expression for the age? See, age was this. Okay, so whatever regular expression I built, I'm just going to use that. So this is my age, my full name, birthplace, birth date is this. Okay, and then I can return a dictionary object. If you don't know about Python dictionary, follow my Python tutorial playlist. And then I can have this. I converted age into an integer because from string, because see, age was a string seed code here, string. I am converting it into a integer and control enter. Now I have this function ready, and when you say get personal information on text, see Elon Musk, it gave me all this nice information. If I have another person, let's say Mr. Mukesh Ambani, who is a billionaire, richest man of India, then so now this is Mukesh Ambani. Okay, I went to his page, I just copy pasted this. See, Mukesh. So the text is different now. Okay, and when you do control enter, now it is giving me Mukesh Ambani's information. So now you give any text which is following the convention that we used, it will give you the information. All right, so that was all I had for this coding video today. So just to summarize, what we learned was we used regular expression for chatbot use case and information extraction use case. We just looked at primitive regular expressions and we saw how they can be useful to retrieve all the information. In natural language processing, there are a lot of advanced techniques that we are going to use, but this is just a beginning. Now, the most interesting part of any of my tutorials is exercise. So I'm going to give you this exercise. This is the same exercise I had for my Python Regex video. So you have to work on this exercise. Let's say there is Tesla's company's financial report. From that report, you have to get useful information out of it. And there is a solution link, but don't click on solution link directly because I have embedded some magic, some computer coronavirus. So it will, it will burn your keyboard if you click on solution directly. You have to try things on your own first and then only look at the solution. All right, I'll see you in the next video. If you like this series, by the way, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends. I'm putting a lot of effort, so if you can share with friends on LinkedIn, Facebook, whatever, it's gonna be super useful. Bye.